Okay, so let's mentally prepare ourselves for the funkiness we are about to embark upon. Deep breath. Okay, combinator. Call it DAT Vocoder. When it's this funky, you can get away with DAT instead of just DA. Inside, right-click and create a Thor instance. Initialize it. And that's the synth sorted. That was easy. For the vocoder, though, you'll need your head glued on if it's not already. That's a weird mental image. But yes, a vocoder needs two inputs. A carrier, which is the synth sound that we've made, and then a modulator, which is the voice that will modulate the synth sound. So to make the vocoder, we're going to right-click and create on Thor and select BV512 Digital Vocoder. Make sure it's connected. If we hit the tab, yep, that's connected to the carrier input. You see this modulator input here is where the voice will be going into. And this is where we have to venture outside of a single combinator for a single synth patch. Don't get too scared though, you've got a white middle-class English boy who thinks he's a rapper here to help you through this troubling time. So, make a new combinator, call it DA Voice, and inside it, make an NNXT Advanced Sampler instance. Initialize it, and load up the vocal sample you want to use. By right-clicking here in the sample column, after you've opened it up, click Add Zone, then we're going to double-click on the sample, No Sample, and find the vocal sample you want. I'm sure you can find some online or record your own. I've got one I got my friend GraphicsGirl from graphicsgirl.co.uk to record for the Electro House 7-Day song. This is the You Don't Know What You're Missing sample.
You don't know what you're missing.
Which I freaking love. Now, we've got that in there. Now, we're going to run the output of the combinator, the left output, into the modulator input here in the vocoder. That means we've got the voice going into the combinator, and the combinator going into the vocoder, modulating this instance of Thor. Whew. Now, the vocoder won't play anything at all without the voice making some noise first. So, let's set up some notes. For the synth itself, I'm just going to use the same do-do-do, those notes from the blips that we used, and I'll just emphasize that really funky chord. And for the voice, I'm going to just use one long note for now, just to show you how it works. I'll just copy those and remove everything except for one long note, which I'll put in now. Now I've brought it down an octave, and check it out when I've soloed these two tracks. Funky. Try changing the amount of bands in the vocoder as well for different tones. I like having it on 32 band. Check it out. And I actually found I liked this voice more if I couldn't hear exactly what it was saying. Sorry about that, GraphicsGirl. So, try copying the notes, these notes, into this channel and watch what happens. Just makes it kind of garbled, mangled, funky mess, which is really good. So in fact, if you're doing this, you don't actually need two separate combinators. Sorry to worry you there. But if you want separately triggered vocals, you'll have to go with a separate combinator. Awesome, so that's the blips and vocoder. Now let's move on to some awesome hits and see if we can really make this track pop.